So the class is a class about communication in the workplace. Specifically this semester we were focusing on technology as well as workplace relationships and how those two blend together to contribute to the workplace experience as a whole. That particular day we were focusing on decision making in the workplace. So there's a lot of different communication processes involved with decision making. And one of the things that I always try to emphasize, particularly in this class, is that even as a class, we are an organization. The students are coming together for a structured purpose. They have goals, some of which are shared, some of which are individual goals. They're each working toward their own kind of thing. And I've found through semesters of teaching the class that the more you can get them actually participating in the process kind of for a purpose that affects them, it really tends to have a bigger impact on their learning process. So for the decision-making activity, first we talk about different experiences they've had with having to make decisions in the workplace and how ideally in an ideal world you would have all the time and all the resources available to you, but how often that doesn't actually, transpire into reality because we have too many things to do, we have limited resources, we have to cooperate with other people, so we don't always just get to decide to do whatever it is that we want to do. And so the main topic that I give them then after working through some of the theories of decision making and different approaches that we study, from the reading and from the book, is to actually give them an opportunity to decide collectively as a group about the format for their upcoming exam, which for them is a high stakes, kind of situation because obviously the exam is important to them. It has a big impact on their grades. So their motivation to participate in that is usually pretty high, and they each have usually pretty specific things that they would look for in an ideal exam. You have certain people that want multiple choice questions and certain people that do better on essay or written type of questions. And when it comes down to them actually being able to provide their input, they start to think a little bit more about like, okay, what do I want versus what do other people want? How do we cooperate together as a group to try to reach a decision that's going to be of mutual benefit to the most people? And they also start to recognize that while it's nice to be able to participate in things like in your organization or in your workplace, if your boss says like, hey, I want your input on this, we have this new project coming up and I'd really like to, get everybody involved, that's great, but it also can be frustrating because it takes more time, you have a lot of opinions flying around, and so they really have to work through the process of negotiation and communicating with others to, try to reach a mutual understanding. I tended to run my class in a similar fashion even without the technology, just in the sense that I would always request a classroom with movable chairs, for example, so that the students could group up. And it's especially when we're teaching communication, a lot of it has to be experienced and done through practice rather than just from reading and then lecturing on my part. So that's a similar kind of format to what I had before. I love the classroom setup in terms of how they sit all facing each other in small groups because it's already set up for that group facilitation. We don't have to move the chairs around, and put the desks into that configuration. I think it definitely enhanced the interactive nature of the class even more than when I've taught it without the technology.